This is my story of a house I've had under contract for almost 5 years. How could this have happened? Surely not in DC. Absolutely. I've never received so many calls from neighbors, passersby, agents, looky-loos. What's happened to this house? Is it for sale? Can I buy it? If it falls out, I'll pay all cash. Listen, we have an all-cash offer. We just can't get to close. Why can't we get to close? Because we have someone who's squatting in the house who won't leave. It's a problem. Welcome to DC TOPA law. You see, I have a family who had a member pass away, and the estate was trying to sell the assets, this being one of them. It's actually in a really good neighborhood, and it's a great house. It just needs some updating, and it will be turned around and be an incredible showpiece. But before we could go to close, we had someone who had been living there who refused to leave. You see, in DC, they have this thing called TOPA, Tenant Opportunity to Purchase Act. It was really written to help protect tenants from bad landlords and to do the fair thing. But like many things, people abuse the system. This is one case in point. I can't go into all the legalese of all the filings, all the court dates, all the papers that were done, the back and forth, the testimony. And to be fair, this did happen during COVID, so it extended probably longer than it would have normally. But we had someone who lived here in this situation and wouldn't leave. Now, if you look around, I'd written the contract so that when they purchased it, the new owners would buy it as is, because we had situations like this that were just a mess. Let's just say, after I saw what I saw in there the one time, I never went back at night. Anyhow, I'm getting off track. It is going to be an amazing house. We just couldn't get the person who was living there out. They refused to leave. Now, you might ask, well, were they paying rent? And, it wasn't that bad. No, they weren't paying rent. Well, were they fighting in the family? Did that person, were they an heir? Did they have a right to the house? No, they had no right to the house. They had just lived there, not paying any rent, no ability to claim it as an heir, and they just wouldn't leave. And with the laws in DC, we just couldn't get them out, because every single time we tried to get them out, they filed something with a court and put up a roadblock. This went on for over 5 years. We were under contract for almost 5 years. And the person bought it all cash, no home inspection, as is. We just had to deliver it without the person inside. So if you're considering getting rich off investments and getting properties and, charging rent, make sure you consult with somebody who really knows, because having a tenant who doesn't pay doesn't mean you can evict them. Make sure you get good legal counsel and work with professionals so you don't end up in this situation. Dear old Judy, Washington Fine Properties.